Hi, this is Mrs. Solano, and I'm going to show you how to convert from standard notation to scientific notation. To begin with, standard notation is the way we write our numbers. So the three examples below, these are all examples of standard notation. Scientific notation. Scientific notation is an efficient way of writing really large or small numbers. It is written as a product of two factors. So product means multiply, and we have two factors, our first factor and our second factor. If you notice, our second factor is a power of 10. So for example, 10 to the first, 10 to the second, 10 to the third power, and so forth. Those are powers of 10. Our notes also state a number greater than 1 will have a positive exponent, a number less than 1 will have a negative exponent. And I will explain further when I complete the examples below. Okay, it says here to convert the following into scientific notation. Well, the first thing I need to do according to our notes is I need to move the decimal to get a number greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. Okay, so we have this number right here, 6,200. So initially, my decimal is hiding in the back. So I need to move the decimal. If I move the decimal one time, I get 620, 62, and then the number 6. Well, the number 6 is a number that is greater than 1 and it's less than 10. So I want the decimal to go right here. So my first factor would be 6.2 times 10. How many times did I move the decimal? 3. I moved it 3 times. Okay? When multiplying by a power of 10, the exponent tells you how many times to move the decimal. And I moved the decimal 3 times, so my exponent here would be a 3. Okay, the question is my exponent positive or is it negative? Well, a number greater than 1, and we had initially 6,200. That is a number greater than 1. Therefore, it's going to have a positive exponent. Also, if you notice, I did not include these last 2 digits, which end in 0. So when we're converting from standard to scientific notation, if a number begins or ends in zeros, you do not write those digits. Therefore, I have 6.2 times 10 to the third power. Okay, my next example. Again, I want to move the decimal to get a number greater than or equal to 1 and less than 10. So here's my decimal. If I move it once, I get the number 0. If I move it twice, I get the number 7. Well, again, the number 7, that is a number that is greater than 1 and less than 10. So I want it to be here. So here I'm going to go ahead and circle. I want to write this down as my first factor. 7.08 times 10. How many times did I move that decimal? Once, twice, 2 times. Okay, is my number greater than 1 or is it less than 1? Well, we have this number here, 0. That's a number less than 1, so I need to put a negative for the exponent. Again, if you also notice, I did not write these zeros, because remember, when converting from standard to scientific notation, if a number begins or ends in zeros, you do not write those digits. Okay, my last example. We have 801 million. So this is where my decimal is initially. If I move it, I get 801, 80, and then I get the number 8. So I want the decimal to be right here. So again, I'm going to circle this. So I would go ahead, my first factor would be 8.01 times 10. How many times did I move the decimal? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I moved it 8 times. And again, I'm going to ask myself, is my number greater than 1? Well, 801 million is greater than 1, so I keep it as a positive exponent. Okay, so now that I have showed you how to convert from standard to scientific notation, you have these 2 examples in your ISN. Go ahead and complete these 2 examples and we will discuss our answers in class. Thank you for your time.